Dun, 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 dun. Uh, Now we have our breakdown of House of the Dragon season finale with your navigator Nixon, and as always is Chris Fagan.
All right, guys. We a little breaking news, as you guys have already been made aware of. We do a breakdown of the House of Dragons, the Game of Thrones House of Dragons, after every episode. Me and your navigator Nixon over here, and our the queen of the hot D. That didn't sound right, but I'm just gonna go with it. But so a little something happened this week, guys. The episode leaked, and it's like, I mean, what can we do? I mean, it leaked when we're trying we cover what happens. So that's a big thing that happened this week. So it's like, okay, let's talk about it. House of the Dragons, the season finale, the last episode. Out of all the episodes for this to happen to, damn it, it happened on the last episode, the big payoff. What do you think? How do you think this is going to affect? And let's start with that. How do you think this is going to affect tomorrow's show? Because we're doing this on Saturday, by the way, guys.
Yeah, I am a member in a bunch of Game of Thrones groups, and tons of the members are like, "We're gonna wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait," whereas a bunch of them are like me, who are like, "We've been seeing spoilers since Monday. We can't wait anymore."
Yeah,
It's
we're gonna get
time
spoiled.
to watch. Yeah,
You know
I
you know who I think leaked it? A person who read the book. He's like, screw you guys, we're gonna get spoiled.
I mean, to be fair, no, I don't think so, because those of us who have read the books, we already know what's going to happen.
Right. True enough. Yeah, and I know. Sometimes I was just joking about it. I know that sometimes the show is going to take liberties. It's not going to 100% always go the direction of the book. And there, towards the end, there might be a huge departure, just like on Game of Thrones. There might be a huge departure from the book, and it might go into a totally different universe. But it just sucks, man. That somebody out there, maybe somebody who was trusted with an advanced screening, or maybe somebody from within Warner Brothers Discovery, just decided to be a dick, or maybe not even that. This could have been something that a friend or somebody who was just working by, and you're like, oh man, that's the next episode of Game of Thrones. Oh man, how did you get that? Oh well, I work for them. I have to edit it or something like that. Oh, cool. And then the second that guy's back was turned, snatched it and copied it or something. It could be something like that. But for better or for worse, it is what it is. Like you said, the episode was leaked, and spoilers are going to come out. This is going to affect the views for tomorrow's episode. It's probably going to be the lowest rated out of all the episodes, but it's not going to it's not gonna affect the quality of the show. It's not gonna affect if there's a season two or anything like that. But I have a prediction that a lot of people who are just like us, who are afraid of getting spoiled, are just going to just go and watch it as early as they can, so they won't be spoiled. But it's going to hurt HBO's ratings number. Guys, you know what? Even if you've watched it early, play it in the background tomorrow after it airs off on HBO, and just give them the numbers, man. Let's do that, because that sucks. I don't know, and I hope it doesn't affect too much, but it's not. We're gonna get a season two. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Oh yeah, there's 13 more episodes in season 2 for sure.
Oh yeah. So this was the Black Queen. It leaked, and as we always do, we cover the news here on in the studio. So that was a big thing. So we are going to give our review of the episode, because we're going to handle it as if this was an advanced screening, and so we're gonna. It's look, guys. I'm sorry, Warner Brothers. I know the Navigator. She was worried. I'm like, are we gonna get sued? Like, look, let's be fair. We didn't leak it. We didn't put it out there in the public space, but it's out there. And just like she said, like, a lot of people in the House of Dragons chat rooms were afraid of getting spoiled even further than we normally do. So I know we wanted to wait, but we're gonna get spoiled. So I'd rather spoil myself versus somebody else spoiling it for me. And so that being said, if you haven't watched it yet, come back later. But if you're one of the lucky few that got your advanced screening, then let's talk about this episode of House of Dragons called The Black Queen. So, Nixon, what did you think about this episode?
I went through a roller coaster of emotions on this episode. It was great. I mean, just finally having a Targaryen queen, so to speak, and then
like do we? No.
I know, it's like a dragon. It's up in the air. I don't know,
Right.
but just to see, I mean, you see my shirt. Just to have one, just oh my god, just it. I cried tears of joy. Just I loved it. It was a great episode. It was a beautiful season finale, one I hadn't seen since season 6 of Game of Thrones.
I thought it was.
But hey,
I thought it was a great episode as well. A lot of emotional roller coasters. One of those fast paced ones. We gotta get the ball rolling. We gotta be just like last week's. We gotta do this quick. But it was fast paced and at the same time, thanks to Rhaenyra, she tried her best to keep a steady hand. So let's go into the whole thing. So this episode starts off with a mother and a son. Let's talk a little bit about that real quick.
Yeah. Little Luke, is worried about Lord Corlys's health. He's worried he's gonna take a turn for the worse, and he's definitely gonna have to be the Lord of the Tides, the Lord of Driftmark. And Rhaenyra is like, it is what it is, kid. We don't get to be told what our titles are.
Yeah, we don't choose our fate. Fate chooses us, is I think what she said, right?
Yeah. I love when he's like, I'm not like you. I'm not perfect. It's like, oh, my heart, sweet boy. Oh.
She should have just made him feel even worse. I know you're not, but it is what it is.
I know, but you can learn.
I know, right? I mean, you look at your hair. I'm like, oh God. Like, but speaking of but she's not perfect. Obviously, she's made mistakes. I mean, look, I'm gonna be a little mean. Okay, this is gonna be mean. Obviously, she's made mistakes, boy. Look at you. Look at you and your brother. That should not have happened. But it is what we're here. These boys are nice boys. They're good boys. So I'm not gonna blame them. I feel like that vulnerable moment was juxtaposed to, and I've learned how to use that word properly lately, and I'm pretty proud of myself. So I've been saying it a lot.
Props.
Juxtaposed to how the show ended, but we're gonna get into that a little later. This was a sweet, touching moment between a mother and the son, and about strength and honor, doing the right thing, fate, like a lot of life lessons in one day, or pretty much 1 or 2 days, like happening here. So it was great. And then we moved on to the announcement when the princess comes in.
Yeah, Rhaenys comes in, announces that, well, because they think that she's gonna announce that Lord Corlys is take a turn for the worse, but actually she's announcing that Viserys has passed, and that
she goes right to it. She's like, your daddy dead.
Oh, daddy dead, and your nephew, he's a usurper now. Yeah. He's the king.
Yeah. Do you like apples? Your daddy's dead, and your cousins just stole the crown. How you like them apples?
I like them apples.
I'm like, wow. This is the worst. Like, this was the worst news that happened today since the Yankees thought they were going to come back in this playoffs. Go Stros. But sorry, Yankees, suck it.
My heart.
It was great though. It was like, wow, like you guys just walked in and we went straight to it. She's like, look, we ain't no time for hello. How does that song go? No time to say hello, goodbye. I'm late. Like, she went straight to it. Like this is what's happening. And I love the conversation. They were like, how the hell did you get out with your life? Like that's what Damien went straight to. For a split second, I thought there was about to be a fight there. I thought they were going to seize her and thought she was going to get captured again.
Well, that's when you notice that Damon is going mad. He's just keeps going mad, mad, mad with
Right.
every piece of news that he's getting. He's like, wait, my brother's dead?
Yeah, he went straight to they killed him. They killed my brother.
And who's king?
Yeah.
And what's going on?
What?
And you're alive
You're
to tell me
alive?
this
Yeah.
story?
But I like the way she calmed it down. She explained. She's like, look, I barely got out of there with my life, and you understand. I got my dragon, and I got the hell out. I got behind the wheel of the dragon. I set the gear to get the fuck out of there, and I got the hell out. But they
Yeah,
they
she's like,
asked.
yeah, she's like, I got out of Dodge. Now you guys need to get the hell out of Dodge. That's the only reason I'm here.
Yeah, but they asked all the same questions that everybody was asking last week. You had an opportunity to end it right there on the spot. Why didn't you take the shot? And she was like, "Look, it's not my shot to take. They should not have captured me. I was pissed about that. Yes, but this war is not going to be started by my hand. But they already started. They've already killed to do this coup. And we'll get into it later. But the hand, how his ass can just sit there with a straight face. I'll talk about that later. But
Yeah.
yeah, what else? What else?
We'll also talk about how, I don't know if you even noticed this. Rhaenys didn't bend the knee for the longest time. She didn't make any moves, but then, I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll get into it.
We'll get there later. So the next major thing that happened. So this news that she brought really put a toll on Rhaenyra, and she started to go into labor, and everybody around her. I looked at her. I didn't even know that she was pregnant. I was like, oh, yeah, that's right, she is pregnant. And I looked at her, and I looked at how developed she was, and even I noticed it. And I'm not really that good at catching a lot of stuff, but even I spotted it. I was like, she doesn't look that pregnant. So for her to be going through that labor pain, I was like, wow, what's about to happen? And so let's talk about it. What did you think about that was a long scene. That took about it was like a 15 minutes of labor in a 1 hour show.
That birthing scene was much more intense. I mean,
than you were ready
probably
for?
just as intense as her mother's birthing scene in the first episode.
Yeah, it was almost like history was replaying itself again.
Yeah. I mean, that poor woman, and I love how they intertwine the dragon sequence with her. Like every time she's screaming, they just shoot a shot with a dragon. It's I thought that was beautiful cinematography with her and the dragon.
Yeah.
It was, man.
The doctors or whatever they're called and the housemates there, the matrix, what are they called?
I think those are midwives.
The midwives and everybody, they were there. They were all saying it. They were like this should not be happening right now. And she's like, no, this is happening. So I'm giving birth. Like I've been doing she was tough. She's like, I've been doing my squats. Get the hell out of the room. I'm gonna push. We're doing this. We got a son about to be born here. And then when I noticed that when they showed the close up of the baby was born dead. It was stillborn. But I noticed the umbilical cord was wrapped around his throat.
Wrapped around his neck. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that baby was not going to make it. And so, yeah, pushing out, he was already gone. Even, back then, there was no saving that baby, even back then.
No.
Because you don't know exactly when it happened. If it was due to the stress and then the baby started spinning around, or maybe that cord could have been going around. It could have been happening way before. We just don't know. So that was a sad moment. And right here on the scene, this moment where she holds the baby and I think like you're right. And the shots went back to Damon as she was giving birth. Like the stress was for him and stuff. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
How'd you and then she gave that quick funeral. We go straight to a funeral. The show starts off with another funeral. Isn't that?
Yeah. And Damon is plotting war the entire time this is happening.
Yeah, no time to grieve.
No.
I'm honestly, I'm going to give him a pass on that because the war is. He's right. The war is coming, and he was the only. It felt like he was the only one out of the major players, him and his wife and the kids, where like because it moved on later when she announced don't do anything, we're not gonna, and she told her son to go tell Damon that we're not doing this, we're not doing. And that moment when he was like, did you hear me? Mother does not. Mother said no, and Damon had to give him a lesson of loyalty. Like, and when he called in the loyalty of those two guards, and so it's like it was a way. I feel like it was a way for Damon to tell his stepson, like, this is happening. Whether you might want to be peaceful like your grandfather, like your mother might want to be peaceful like her father, like my brother, but we are in total new territory here. It's not going to be
Yeah.
peaceful. So gear the hell up is what I feel like Damien was trying to tell.
Yeah, and then straight to the funeral.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the funeral, she gets crowned.
Yeah, one of the twins showed up. That was one of the heroes of the episode to me. The dude shows up. I'm like, oh hey, it's one of the twins, and he had the crown.
That's the good Eric. That's Eric with an E.
The good well, how did that song go? Oh shit! It's like reminded me of. You just reminded me of a song, not Becky with the singing career, something. Like, I don't know. It was like so. That's the good Eric. The good Eric. Eric the good.
He was the one that was Aegon. This is the one that was watching after Aegon, not the other night. That's him.
And he took the father's the old king's crown, smuggled it out of there. He knew exactly like that scene because on last week's scene when he separated from his twin brother who was all for the storm of the Capitol, when his brother was all for that, but that moment where he looked down and he just disappeared. This tells me that this is he had this in his mind even before they went off looking for Aegon to go find him. He was like, I gotta find that crown, man. I gotta get that crown out of here and smuggle it. Because for him to make it out of there and make it to Rhaenyra with that smuggling that out means that he went throughout all the confusion. He knew where it was. He found it, grabbed it, got the hell out of there, and immediately made a beeline to give it to its rightful owner. And I thought that was amazing.
Yep.
What? And then moving on to what happened right after that. That's when the hand shows up. That's when the hand shows up and look. It's like, I loved it how that started. Where's the princess? Oh no, there's no princess here. There's no fucking princess here. You mean the fucking queen? The rightful heir on the most badass dragon with the dragon even had a crown. Like, I'm not playing around here. And then what did the hand have to do with his smug ass? He starts listing off a bunch of symbols. What, do you remember that?
All these bullshit reasons as to why Aegon is the rightful heir to the throne.
It was done before thousands of people. What else? What was the next one? His crown. He had the damn sword. Yeah.
He had a name.
We put our signature on the signal on line 1 before you even knew there was a contract that needed to be signed. We got there I called dip shotgun. It's pretty much how he handled it.
It's what Alicent sent Rhaenyra as a lesbian, and I knew this was always a theory, but I didn't want to touch on it. But after seeing what she gave Rhaenyra, they didn't do this in the books. They're only doing this for the television show.
Wait, are you saying that there might be a love connection? Like, you think Alicent is in love with Rhaenyra? I never picked up on that. I just thought that they were upset about their friendship. You think that she has so what's the story here? Do you think are you guys saying that the theory is that Alicent is a lesbian and she's in love with Rhaenyra, but Rhaenyra might not feel that way about her?
Yeah. That's why Rhaenyra was always like about doing.
Oh my God! You know that blank look on Alicent's face when the king was all sweating on top of her. That now makes sense. That is being a woman back then. Probably bad enough. You're gonna be married off. You have no choice. You're gonna be married off to this guy. That guy doesn't matter. But then being a woman who your mind is telling you, hey, I'm not attracted to any man. I'm attracted to that woman. And knowing what that could mean if anybody finds out, what any man back then would have done to you, for just even saying it out loud or expressing those feelings. So having to being closeted meant something totally different back then in those times. So I never pieced that together, but now that blank stare, like, oh God, this guy's penis, ill, gross. That look makes sense now. Jesus.
Yeah. See, I don't tag you guys in all the memes that I post, but I posted a meme sometime earlier this week, and it was like, once you realize that Alicent Hightower has never had an orgasm, then you start to understand why she
Because
does the things she does.
she's not attracted to. But then, and if that's the case, and if that's the direction that they go with her, or it's just she's always been in love with Rhaenyra, I'll buy it. Hell, on another show that I watched, one of his theory is that because Allison is, one guy I heard had a theory that, not and if this happens in the book and you know about it, don't tell me. But somebody has a theory, like he said, I wouldn't be surprised that after Allison's sons, especially One Eye Willie over there, when he gets more drunk with power and things get worse and worse and worse, that she might flip to Rhaenyra's side in the future. Like now, and I thought that's a wild theory. I could see it, but at the same time, they've done so much. No, we got to go to war. But if she's in love, if she's always been in love with Rhaenyra, I could see it more now of a possibility of her switching. Could you see that without, if you know something, don't say nothing, but without knowing anything, could you see Alicent switching sides?
They've switched the narrative from what I've read. I have no idea what they're gonna do with it.
Okay, so you don't think that's possible?
With Alicent and Rhaenyra,
Right.
with their dynamic,
Right.
what they've shown in the show, they wrote a completely new dynamic.
So you're saying that this image that I got on the screen right now, that note that her father passed on, that's what this was about?
Yeah.
Is that English? Can I read this? What does this say?
Yeah,
here?
it's English. It's in English. It's a passage from the book.
Let's see. Capital youth flared, despaired at the coming of the first storm.
In the first episode, Rhaenyra and Alicent were under the God's Wood
reading
a book together.
They were a tree, right? Reading, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra rips it out, and Alicent's like, "The septa will have your head for that," and she's like, "Well, fuck the septa." And
she was like, "I will not. I'm not attracted to him. No."
I want not the septa. I want you. But yeah. So there was that little bit. But yeah, that's just
Stagliato. that damn interview now has a whole new meaning to me now.
Now it's sausage, mascarpone pasta.
What? I can't keep up with this stuff.
They have a new soundbite, and she goes, sausage, mascarpone pasta with. Oh, freak! I just forgot it. I just recorded. I uploaded a TikTok about it the other day.
Okay, well,
I still have the Negroni Spagliato with prosecco.
You love doing that British voice, don't you? And you know what? I've also realized that I have another reason why I love the actress who plays Alicent. I didn't remember that she was the girl from Ready Player One. I loved her in that. That was her. She was the girl. Yes. I was like, I knew she looked familiar, and then I looked at her. Filmography. I was like, Ready Player One. And then I went back and when I typed in her name in Ready Player One, it was her. That was with that fake English accent. I'm like, these damn British people, they're so good at faking our accents. You never know who's British.
To be fair, everybody loves saying Negroni Spagliato with prosecco once you know how to say it.
Once you know it, I stutter at shit all the time. I'm like, what do I say? Just some rum and coke. That's some rum and coke. But yeah, that's crazy that whole situation had a different meaning. and they went back and forth. They were like, "Look, Damon was." But after that conversation was over, she said, "You'll have my answer by tomorrow, whether or
Yeah,
not we're
in the
gonna, whether or not I'm going to bend the knee and just for the sake of peace." So Rhaenyra was really trying to continue her father's legacy for peace. She really thought about
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and she reiterated that. She's like, "Look, I'm not trying to fight any battles. In fact, if Aegon is supposed to be the king, maybe that's what my father wanted. I don't know. I got to kind of think this out." And then Damon's like, "No. War. We have dragons. We need to figure this out."
Yeah.
And so that's when they kind of go to the table and see where their allies lie and who they
How
have.
badass is that war table? Like I love that. I
Oh,
love that table. Like the way it's chiseled in with the way the land is, and they illuminated it. Very very prehistoric, futuristic.
I kept screenshots of it, but I kept reading it too much. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, where's this and where's that?
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting that it's 172 years before Game of Thrones, so not everything is there. So I'm like, oh no, just take a damn picture, Nix.
But they finally have a private conversation, and I had to rewind this a couple times and why Damon flipped out on Rhaenyra the way he did, because he told her dad about the dream that he had, or the
Well,
ice, fire and ice or something.
because Damon knows that Viserys isn't a dream watcher.
Mm-hmm.
He's well aware of that, and that's where Daemon and Viserys had odds, because Viserys wasn't fit for the throne, but Daemon more so was than Viserys, and that's where it would piss Daemon off, because Daemon always wanted to fight for certain things, and Viserys was peaceful. He didn't want to fight for certain things. He always had these visions that told him to do this instead and
You
this
think that
instead.
maybe you think that maybe Viserys was maybe like partial, had the gift, that's just a touch of it, but not enough for them to be called visions. Like, but maybe just had like Whoopi Goldberg in Ghost. Like her mother had it. The mother could see ghosts and stuff, but she could only hear ghosts. If that makes sense.
You in danger, Molly.
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
in the
wait.
lore,
No, it's Molly. You in danger, girl.
you in danger, girl. Yeah, I said that wrong. So in the lore, it's supposed that Viserys has somewhat of the dreams, but what he does is he bases his visions off of the visions of his predecessors. So A Song of Ice and Fire is Aegon's dream,
Okay.
not Viserys's.
And when she told Damon about it, and they had this conversation, like he went for it. He got really angry. I'm like, what was that about? I had to rewind it twice. I was like, I couldn't understand why he's so upset. Like, because she was trying to convince Damon to just maybe we should just be peaceful about this.
Yeah, I figured that was just Targaryens being Targaryens, and I'm surprised he let go. I was a little bit convinced that he wasn't going to let go.
I was convinced they were about to have sex. I thought they were about to kiss.
But he has ED, so that's kind of difficult for him.
I mean, he was like, I don't know. I felt like I thought she was about to say, "Go kiss me right here on the war table." I don't know, but maybe you're right.
That's where my would have been at too. But I know the Dragon Daddy can't give it. Oh my God!
What happened?
Matt Smith gives out autographs and he signs it the Dragon Daddy.
No, he does not. He stole our line.
Yes, he does. I was gonna tag you in the TikTok that I saw. He signs autographs Dragon Daddy or Daddy Damon.
So Daddy Damon. Okay, so he totally stole. He must have saw one of our reviews and was like, "Oh, the Dragon Daddy. That I like that. I'm gonna." Oh,
I saw it last night and I was gonna tag you in it. I was like, "No way, this came full circle."
Yeah, he heard you say Dragon Daddy. He heard you. Yeah, all right. So that just proves that Damon watches the show. But that whole thing earlier in the episode when Damon was talking with his stepson, teaching him about loyalty and stuff. I remember I instantly text you about that because I said this is just like what's going on with his character, but playing Queen Elizabeth's husband in The Crown. And you said you haven't watched The Crown yet, right?
I tried.
I mean, it was. I've been watching a lot more British broadcasting. I'm just trying not to say BBC because I'll giggle. Anyway, I've just been trying to watch more, and I've been getting into a lot of shows lately. So I was like, when The Crown got announced, I was like, let me watch this. And it didn't take it. It took me a minute. I forced myself to get through the first and second, but once I did get past the first and second episode, I was in, and he was one of the main reasons why I stuck with it. Even though the first two seasons was at a certain time, and then it goes further through time, and they have to use different actors, just like the way House of Dragons did, but within one season. But it was the same situation. Like I was telling you, like he's playing a prince who's married to a queen, and Queen Elizabeth, even though she became the queen, they voted they voted that he would never, her husband could never take the rank of king because his parents had like Nazi ties or something like that. So it's like we can't have a king who's had any type of ties with the Nazis. So you will forever be a prince. And he had that conversation with Queen Elizabeth, and I feel like it was one of the conversations he kind of also had here on House of Dragons. Like I am outranked by my own son. It was almost the same kind of vibe, but it seems like here he's handling it a little bit better. He's more focused on just just like his brother. He's just focused on keeping his family safe and together. That's just how I see it.
Well,
I'll take it.
maybe that's kind of why he was so heated too, is because this was his only chance to somewhat ascend to the throne, and then Aegon takes it away.
Right.
Like,
It's not like
and
he's
that's
trying
why.
to be king, but he definitely will be the queen's husband.
Yeah,
You might as well be king,
yeah, exactly.
but you'll still be outranked by your son. So that's still the situation. So, but and then moving on to after that conversation, we finally see that that the somebody survived
Lord
the what was Lord, I keep forgetting the name.
Lord Corliss.
Lord Corliss has had a turn for the better. Finally shook off that COVID. That conversation that he had with his wife about about everything that's getting him caught up. And at first it was like, look, we ain't gonna do a damn thing. We're not gonna take any sides because everything's like he's still mad. Like that whole thing, like everything that Rhaenyra touches, it turns to shit. But his wife was
Yeah,
a cheerleader. She was like, look, she's trying to keep the peace. Say what you want to say, but she's trying to keep the peace.
and I like that when he comes in and he looks at her table of allies, he's like, "Well, this isn't enough allies to take the Iron Throne," and he's just totally like shitting on her plan. And he's like, "Well, you don't have this person, you don't have this person, you don't have this person." And she's like,
Yeah.
"Well, I had you, didn't I?"
Stepdad, former stepdad, or,
Yeah,
father-in-law, whatever.
father.
Yeah, father-in-law, huh? We not still cool. Um,
And then that's when she realized that's when he stepped up and said, "You know what? You do have me. You're queen."
we've already got a blockade in place here and there, and it was a good moment. I thought that was a great moment. It doesn't mean that he still doesn't feel like something is afoot with his. Would that have been a good time to say, "Hey, look, your son's alive, dude. Let's just chill"? Would that have been a good time? Or
Yeah.
no? Would you have done it? Would you have told him?
Um
It kind of negates her current marriage though. If they confess that he's alive, that means she's still technically legally married to their son.
yeah.
So it's probably a good time. I feel like his son is going to make an appearance during war. He's going to show.
Everybody keeps saying that because in the books he was unalived. The way it happened in the show,
Right.
he he didn't
So
make it.
anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Anything can happen. I
Right.
have no idea where they're going to go with it on the show, but everybody feels that he's going to come back and it's going to make a play in the second season somehow.
He's going to be the king. He's going to be on that throne. Uh, and then after, okay, so now we have our new outlet. So now it's like, okay. Now it's time to let's send a message. Let's go off. let's go off and as messengers only.
Uh,
You knew that this was about to go bad when she had this last conversation with her sons. Like,
I,
do not
I
fight.
knew I knew this was gonna go bad because I saw a screen grab of this on Tuesday. I saw the two dragons chasing each other,
Yeah.
and I started crying. I was like, "No, no, 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 no! What's no, not now!"
But
Because I
she made it a point. She was like, "Look, no fighting, just messengers only." They were trying to do the honorable thing. Let's see if we have any allies. And what was the house that they went to go?
oh, okay. So, um, Jace went to Winterfell.
Uh huh.
Bela went to Erin, the Vale, and Luke went to. Why do I keep thinking Coldstone? He went to. Where did
I
he
have his
go?
screen. I have his. I can't remember his name, but I have his screen up. I don't know if it'll jog your
Yeah,
memory.
he went to the Baratheons.
That was the Baratheon. Okay, the Baratheons. Okay, so when he stepped off that dragon, and we saw in the background there was another dragon there. I was like, oh no, that dragon would look. I was like, oh, that's Godzilla. He's there. You're One Eye Willie is there, dude. You're in trouble, Molly. You in
I
danger, girl. I knew it. I was like, I didn't have to see him at all. I was like, he's there. I was like,
I
they
recognized
made it there first.
I recognized Vagar right away, and I said, "Oh no!" And then he walked in, and I saw the blonde hair to the left side of, or the platinum hair to the left side of my screen,
Yeah,
and I was like, "No!"
yeah,
I said,
yeah.
"Fucking end!" And I already knew something was gonna happen because it's just like having Damon there.
Yeah, it was like look, you say you say you're here for the queen. They say they're here for the king. At least they brought you know a kind of a gift or a promise. They said he's gonna marry one of my daughters. What you got? You gonna marry one of my daughters? And I like the way the three daughters just stood there. They were like, damn, I don't know. Well, maybe
At least it wasn't like
who do you think they thought was cuter?
no, I know, right? No, but at least it wasn't like who did the red wedding and all of
Right.
his daughters were like no.
Ugh, yeah, right. I'm thinking that all three of them, even the oldest, to the oldest to the youngest, they were like, "Hey, wherever this coin lands, we'll be all right with it." He looks, we'll teach the young pup how to work it.
But he is already suited, so
But he was already
and
yeah,
they seem pretty happy with their cousins.
yeah,
So
yeah, exact. Oh, you saw that smile that they when they cousins
yeah,
came to
every
their
time they
side.
were next to each other,
Yeah,
they're like,
they smiled at him like, ooh, you know they've been playing hide and go seek all day. That
kissing
look, kissing cousins. Yep, get to know each
look,
other. People you're related. They that look on his face when he saw his enemy there. That stare down, and when he told the strong boy, he said, "You still owe me a
yeah,
debt."
when he's like
He
Lord
said,
Strong, I
yeah,
was like, oh hell no.
right to his face. Oh, because there's no need to be afraid of insulting them anymore. We're the king now. We have the throne. You don't, and you know it. So I don't. So he didn't fear calling them bastards to his face anymore. And on
Yeah,
top of that, they weren't near anybody else who would give a damn about it. So, but that look on his face, he was like, he gripped his sword like, I don't think I'm gonna get a lucky shot in this time.
mhm.
And his cousin told his uncle told him, he's like, it wouldn't be a fucking that fight wouldn't last long.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that shit talking that led up to it?
Oh, I mean, I thought it was really spicy and funny. Um, I mean the whole Lord Strong thing. Every time I'm always triggered. I'm like, oh hell no, like that's low. Like don't. But then like it's like, well,
It is
it is the
true.
uncle. Yeah, but I mean, I think that little Luke handled himself honorably.
With class, with honor. He said, she said, don't fight. You're just a messenger.
Hmm.
And even the king in the house that they were in, he was you not. I knew he was screwed. Did you hear the way he said it? Do not do this under my roof. Y'all take that shit
Yeah,
outside. And that's all. Like, you're just giving him permission to go mess with them outside that door.
exactly.
He's like, all right,
It's like
I'll go handle it
he's
outside.
he's only safe for so long.
He said when he offers him a knife, he's like, I need that eye. Yeah, you owe me a debt, boy. I
On it
want
as a
that.
present for my mother.
And he pulls that. He pulls the eye patch off. He shows that eyeball, and to show himself looking bad. If I had an eye like that with that kind of a cool ass scar, I wouldn't wear an eye patch. That's how I'd walk around all day, because that looked badass.
I mean, that's why Aemond has the sapphire in his eye.
Mm-hmm.
So that he doesn't always have to wear the eye patch, and then the sapphires to be more appealing to ladies.
Mm. Oh, so he's a ladies' man. Oh, yeah. So that's why the princesses were like, oh, okay. I mean,
Okay.
but then I mean, like it just felt like you just knew what was about to happen. They were projecting it pretty well. And the boy
Oh,
and the
definitely.
boy tried to get away, and I was like, oh yeah, the swooping around and flying around him and stuff, and just egging him on. It was it was it was tense. How'd you feel about it?
I don't think that Aemon meant to
Oh
do
no, he
any.
did not.
I think Vagar acted on her
Oh,
own, and
100%.
because he kept trying to control Vagar,
But
and like
when Aegon or when the smaller dragon when that dragon he was just too nervous, so he went into fight. Is it fight or flight mode? He went into fight mode. He threw the fireball without permission because he was.
yes,
I mean, like, it was. He had to defend himself. Like, for all he knew, he was under attack. That dragon has never been battle tested before, and this big giant Godzilla ass dragon is messing with me. I got to
yeah,
defend myself. But
yeah.
but you're right. You're 100% right. That was the end of it when they cleared. I knew he was dead the second they got into clear skies.
Yeah, the sunshine.
The sunshine. It was a beautiful moment. It looks like we've gotten past it. Good job. Let's make it. Let's go home.
Yeah,
Let's enjoy the
every
weather.
time you guys have said it before on the first one of these that we did.
Uh huh.
Whenever you feel peace in the Game of Thrones world, there's
Whenever,
never peace.
whenever the clouds have parted and the sun is shining, that's when the blood will flow. That's when it's gonna
Yes,
hit. And
every
then
time.
and
And
that
then like
and then out of nowhere, just boom. And you were
I
right. He was trying to get control of it. He's like, serve me. No, no, don't do it.
yeah, like you saw Aemon's face and he was just like,
Oh, here it is. You want to see it? Yes, let's see it. There it is. Let me put it up on the screen. Let me see if I can find it. This is it. That look when when the dragon um came down and killed. I don't know if it's displaying on your end. Can you if it's still showing the
not
eye?
yet. I see Aemon's face, but not the oh no face.
It's oh man, that was a while ago. Why is it messing up? Let me see something here. Yeah, it's not displaying on your end for some reason. Let me see if it's on the recording. It is. I don't know. Maybe
But yeah,
it's probably a glitch.
that
But
that look is just of oh my, what did I do? Like oh no.
all I wanted to do was scare him into cutting his eyeball out. I didn't want him to get chomped down and that look was holy shit. We had a possible peaceful way of for all we knew. I mean, you basically you disobeyed orders. You were just supposed to go as messengers, and for all he knows, even though he got loyalty from, he got what he wanted from that scene, and then he's like, "Don't fight under my house." When word gets out that you just killed the boy as a messenger, even though he did not want to fight, that's dishonorable. I wouldn't be surprised if on the season premiere that king who promised his daughter to Aegon and everything changes his mind and goes sends his loyalty to Rhaenyra. But after that, because dude, that was not
Oh,
honorable. I feel like he might change his mind once word gets
I
back.
hope so.
I hope
Because they
so.
they need the Baratheons. They need that area so
Yeah.
badly. I hope so too.
Because the way he said it, because he kind of acted like a dick. He's like, "Hey, look, they came. You come here empty-handed. At least they brought a gift basket. What you got, boy? Nothing. All right, no. Then I'm not gonna take." Like, oh, come on, dude. He acted like an ass. He's like, "My father gave that oath 20 years ago. I am not my father. I'm gonna need a bribe. Give me my bribe." I was like, "Come
Yeah.
on, dude. Really? Oh, okay. All right. So fine." But he did say, escort the boy to his dragon. You will not spill blood in my. He seemed like he has some sense of honor. So I'm hoping that once word gets back that Aegon did a shitty thing, like you know what, I don't. You know what? No, I don't want that. I hope so. You, you did that. That idea didn't hit you. That was the first thing I thought of. I said, I hope that fucker changes his mind.
I haven't had like too much time to process it. Like I've been just it's just been a lot.
Right. But the
Yeah. I haven't had too much time to like see how things get further. Like I've watched it twice already, but like it's just a lot. Like I told you that episode took a lot of energy out of me.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah, that whole thing though, when the dragon chomped down on him and you could see the pieces fall to the ground and stuff, I was like, holy crap, man! That's wild. And
It's like
is there a way that the boy jumped off the dragon and latched onto Aragon? No way.
the second time I saw it, I'm pretty convinced Vagar swallowed him whole.
Oh man, that is a way to go.
Like
Oh my
like he's
god, that
gone.
sucks.
Luke is
But
gone.
but word got back quick. So I'm sure that the king that they went to go get. Oh, sorry, what was it that he was trying to get the loyalty from, and he succeeded. That was
Baratheon?
yeah, the Baratheon. I'm sure word got back to Baratheons quick. Probably faster than it got to Rhaenyra. But when that word did, now maybe I think that it finally caught up. Maybe you can see the holy shit look on Aegon's face right there. I think you can.
Yeah.
I think you can see it now.
Yeah.
But when word got back to Rhaenyra, that painful look when she had her back to the camera, and when that turned, because all that peace, all that the words of her father in her ear, we must keep the peace, we must keep the families together. All of that went out the window when she turned to face the camera. She,
Oh yeah, she's ready for war now.
it is on and popping now. Like, oh, I don't want peace. I want problems. Always. That's the look to me that was on her face right there in that moment. How did you feel when you saw that the show close like that?
Oh, I was ready for war too. I'm like, yeah, I bent the knee to Team Black. I'm like, heck yes, let's go.
So are they've all what is this team green and team black? Why are they the greens and why are they the blacks? And what's the color thing
When
about?
when the High Towers
Mhm.
call their banners to war, they put up green.
I knew
They
that
put up
about the high towers, but that's why the
when
queen was wearing green all the damn time.
when the Targaryens do it, usually their sigil is red. Targaryens will pull up the black
Hmm. Okay.
when they're at war. They wear black.
Which is what she was wearing too when she heard the news.
She was wearing black.
The whole time she was talking, she was wearing black, but she was trying to be peaceful about it. She wanted to find a possible way to resolve all this. But
And that's why I don't know if you noticed when Aegon got crowned, he had his own Targaryen sigil. It was gold.
hmm, but now it's going to be gold and green versus black, huh? Black and red,
Yeah.
pretty much. So it's going to be I to check the news when we're expected to get season two. Are we going to get season two this in 2023, or are we going to get it in 2024? I have to double check.
I keep hearing rumors that we're not getting it for another 2 years.
Yeah,
I hope that is false because I can't wait 2 years.
yeah. I don't understand why it's going to take that long. House of Dragons season two may look totally different. House of Dragons season one for now. Will there
I've
be
heard
a?
that I heard they already filmed the entire 23 episodes of House of the Dragon, season 1 and season 2. So I don't know why they would wait so long to give us the second season if they've already have those 13 episodes filmed.
If that's the case,
Yeah.
when will we see? Let's see. It says here, when will we see House of Dragons? Let me put us both back up on the screen, right here. Let me look something up. When will season 2 of House of the Dragons premiere? No release date has been announced for season 2, but the earliest it could possibly air is late 2023, or more likely sometime in 2024. So, I mean, we got this the season episode 1 of this. What was it? September, August, like late August, mid August. So
Yeah.
late 2023 would still be around the same time, but nah.
But we were supposed to get House of the Dragon in July, but it kept getting pushed back. In fact, we were supposed to get it earlier, but it kept getting pushed back. House of the Dragon, no, we were supposed to get it in April. It kept getting pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. And it
So
got pushed back all August.
so we just don't know. Hopefully, we'll. I'm hoping for at the latest, late 2023, but if not, well, at least hopefully we'll be January of 2024, not not April of
Oh,
2024.
oh, I know.
So we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, I can't wait to see what Rhaenyra does, because that look that like no, that there is no peace. Her son is dead. We all know who most wanted him dead. And when that's it. When word gets out that Aegon was there at all. And Aegon just happened to be there, and then my son died. No, oh no, 100% Aegon did it, and he's gonna have to own it, no matter if it was an accident. Because just like how Allison misinterpreted what her husband was saying in his dying breath. Good luck.
Oh, yep.
Good luck convincing. Good luck convincing everybody that you committed manslaughter and not murder, because either way it goes, it's still manslaughter. You caused his death, because if you didn't go out and chase them in the first place, it wouldn't have happened at all. The dragons wouldn't have done what they did to each other. So you're responsible. So he might as well own it. He might as well own it as if he did it on purpose, but it's going to bring so much dishonor, because
Yeah.
his grandfather is going to come back and say, she was going to give me an answer. She actually thought about it. She was going to think about going out peacefully. She considered it. And then, just like that, your son kills her son. Now that we'll never know if she was going to say yes or no. So we might as well, now it's war. So I'm excited for it, and I cannot wait to see it. Any closing thoughts
Yeah.
on all that?
I'm gonna watch tomorrow's episode and see if there's an after show. See if they're gonna sneak
Oh
peek
yeah.
season.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think of that. Yeah. So yeah, go and watch. Yeah, like I said earlier before, I know it leaked and everything for us who got our little first glimpse of it. It was great that we got to see it but early, but at the same time, it's definitely gonna hurt the ratings. So for the after show, maybe there's something else that they can throw in besides the after show. To get people to watch the episode before and after. Maybe not. Maybe it's too late. They can't scramble in enough time to put something together in time. But yeah, you're right. For the the creators of the show to get their recap of what may come next season. I'm definitely going to watch for that. So yeah, I'll be watching as well. Guys, I loved it. I had a great time watching that episode. I've had a great time with these recaps. Sorry that it's finally come to an end. Just when our recaps on this channel was starting to get some momentum and stuff. So now it all comes to it. Just like the way the baby dragon was gobbled up, it all comes to an end.
Aw.
Yep. So guys, so Navigator, if people want to find you online, where can find you in those group chats and all that stuff, where can people come talk about the big hot D? Oh, you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
no, no, I was saying where can people find you online? No, no,
Oh,
you.
you cut out. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
You can find me on TikTok on I'm Nixon Love 08, and on Instagram I am Nixon.Bastidas. That's Bastidas 86.
Awesome. And guys, if you want to reach out to me, you can go at T3 Medias or at Chris W. Fagan if you want to talk more about House of Dragons or anything else. Check out our live show, the rundown. We're gonna when we talk entertainment news and reviews. But if you have anything else you want to chime in on and speculate, any questions, comments, concerns about the Hot D, put it in the box below. As always, tell us your thoughts or anything else you want us to talk about. Or maybe some more speculations. Maybe we can do some more House of Dragons speculations for season 2 in comparison for you book readers, for you people who are only into the shows. And as we come together, what's gonna happen? Let's talk about it. So for Nixon and for myself, have a good one, guys. And until next season, guys, have a happy peace.